Hello everyone and welcome back once again. Today I'm going to talk to you about an alternative approach to hay fever. Hay fever is something that's been causing a lot of problems here in the UK recently, very high pollen levels and pollen counts, and that causes havoc with an increasing number of people. You may suffer yourself with hay fever, or you may know someone who does, and I hope this information will be something you'll consider. Now, I used to suffer really badly with hay fever. I used to suffer probably from March through till July. This was from about the age of 7 up until about 4 or 5 years ago. And I used to have to get through my exams and get through at least 3 of those months with about 3 medications, which would involve one of either tablets or a liquid medication. Start off with Triliadan and then change to various others when certain medications were taken off the market for a whole number of reasons. Nasal spray and eye drops. And I also used to have to sit in my exams with a flannel, wet flannel, to dab my eyes. I'd make numerous visits to the sink to have to open my eyes up and wash out my eyes to get the pollen out. And I used to have to constantly wear sunglasses if I was in fields and the like, wooded areas. Now, my hay fever, being honest, did get a little bit easier into my 20s. It still was very bad. I used to have to take regular over-the-counter antihistamines. I'd, again, take them probably from about April through till July. And I'd constantly carry my nasal spray on me and probably have to take it about 8 times a day. Sometimes a little bit over the dosage recommended, but when you're streaming, you're trying to work and things like that, when your nose is streaming, then you sort of just try to get through the day. Now, for myself, an experience I had, and it may be something that some others out there may relate to or want to consider, is when I changed my diet. Now, I'm not going to sit here and suggest I know the ins and outs, but what I am aware of is that if you have a very unhealthy gut, this will heighten your allergic reaction. So if you have other allergies, quite often these can become worsened by having an inflamed gut due to poor diet. Now, about 5-6 years ago, maybe even a little bit longer now, that's when I started looking at changing my diet, and I went all organic, trying to limit the amount of chemicals that were being brought into my system, changing my water supply, working on holistic health measures to work on my overall immunity and my overall well-being. The hugest one for me, though, was going all organic. Now, what I believe, and this is only my own experience and my own opinion, I believe that by removing a lot of chemicals from my diet, obviously there are still some pesticides, fungicides, etc. that are used in organic farming, but they should be effectively less aggressive and also less in number, depending on how high a quality source you source for yourself. I found that within the first year of going all organic, my hay fever went down to about 2 months. So going into June and July, I'd still probably need tablets for about 2 weeks to a month, but only taking 1 a day. Sometimes I could go sporadically. I didn't have to take the eye drops, and my nasal spray I would still take. By the second year of being all organic, 80-90% organic, so I consider all my main meals organic, have the occasional naughty food, but generally speaking, a much cleaner diet. I went to, I think it was 1 month, possibly only 2 weeks, and I think I only bought 1 pack of hay fever tablets, or antihistamines, and I think I used those. I didn't even use the whole pack, as I was feeling I wasn't struggling as much. Still didn't need the eye drops, and I think I'd used the nasal spray for about a week, because unfortunately when I work I'm bent forward all day long, so this does tend to make my runny nose a little bit worse, and if I was standing up it wouldn't have been as bad, but bending forward did aggravate. I would then say on the 3rd year, I was literally down to a week, and it would be a week at the start of June, no other medication, not struggling or not suffering all the way through to June. And I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure start of June is around grass pollen time, or grass season, and that's when I used to really struggle. Grass used to have me really struggling, and that was exam time. My eyes would be puffy, sometimes I could hardly see through them, so red. And yeah, I actually got through with just one week of tablets, and actually I can honestly say for the last few years I haven't taken the tablets. I haven't this year, and it's been bad this year. I have been a bit nasal the last few days and had to blow my nose a bit in the morning. And I think I was a bit nasal at the start of June. It's July now, for about a week. So again, grass season. But actually, no tablets. I still occasionally use the nasal spray, but on a really bad day and if I'm working. And obviously it's not very pleasant for clients if my nose is running all the time and I'm blowing it. But I think I've used it like 3 times in the last month and a half. So what I'm trying to say is we can rely on medications, but it's not dealing with the problem. I believe, and this is no scientific background, this is just my own opinion, I believe that what was happening with myself was the poor quality food I was eating was heightening my allergic reaction. Possibly I was allergic to a lot of the chemicals that were in the food and causing an allergic reaction themselves. So I used to suffer with a yearly rhinitis, which is pretty much cleared up. So I believe that those allergies were causing a lot of my problems, worsening the problems. If we look at the food supply and we look at the increased numbers of people suffering with asthma, hay fever and other allergies, I don't think it's rocket science. As I say, this is not based on any scientific evidence. This is based on my observation in clinic, my observation in my own life and with my own health. So I will say, if you're suffering and if you've got a lot of allergy problems in terms of sort of non-serious allergy problems, and by serious I mean ones that aren't threatening your overall well-being, they're the ones you have to live with, then really look at your food and really look at trying to clean your diet up. Try to remove as many toxins that are hitting you on a daily basis as possible. That's food, that's water, that's clothing, that's synthetics, that's makeup. All these toxins are going to affect you in a negative way. That much I'm pretty certain of. So an alternative approach to hay fever, clean up your diet. I'm sure it will help you. Go organic or better, and the cleaner the better. And hopefully you'll start to leave the misery behind as I did. Good luck, look after yourself, and kick that hay fever. Take care and be primal.